Which character should I use to upgrade my unit to 5 stars? Do I use character gems or do I save them? Should I demote units? Hello everyone. There are probably a ton of questions you have about how to use your resources efficiently, and today we'll answer some of them. Let's start with what you should do with extra units you get from your rolls. You can either use them for any levels, demote them for gold or pretty coins, or use them to increase the star level of a unit. The first thing that you should do is use them to increase the any levels. Even if you won't use the units, it's good to keep them to strengthen the symbols. In the future we will receive upgrades where we can go above any 10, so you could save units to prepare for that. Unfortunately, there's a limited amount of space in the inventory, so you might only save the rare units. Once you max out your any levels, you want to demote any 3 or 4 stars that you get in order to get pretty coins. This is the most efficient way to use the extra units you summon, but if you want to increase the level of your units fast, feel free to use them for awakening. If you decide to follow my advice, then you might be wondering how to increase the star level of your units. Well, 2 stars and 1 stars, as well as welfare 4 stars, won't give you coins if you demote them, so you can use them for awakening. A good way to farm 1-star Prinnies is to take advantage of the all kind of effects bill whenever it's up. Farm the Prinnie station event while activating the 50% more event points. There's also the character crystals. Since we know we will receive the upgrade for the any levels, the best thing you can do is to save them and use them when we receive the upgrade, so that whatever copies of a character you get later on won't be dead weight on your inventory. Talking about the shop, there are 2 things that are related to this topic: the Netherworld Supermarket and the Material Exchange. You can buy materials on the Netherworld Supermarket for Prinnie coins, which you can get by demoting characters, and the Material Exchange gives you Prinnie hides for crystals. On both you can buy Prinnie hides, but the best place to buy them is the Netherworld Supermarket. Let me explain. To increase the any level of a unit, you can either use dupes or crystals. You get dupes from the gacha and crystals from the fishing fleet, events, and adult training. Demoting the dupes gives you 1200 Prinnie coins, which can buy 12 Prinnie hides. On the other hand, you can trade 10 crystals for 1 Prinnie hide on the Material Exchange. For a full any level of a specific character, you get 12 Prinnie hides on the Netherworld Supermarket and 10 on the Material Exchange. But consider that getting the crystals is no easy task. Only the ones from adult training are easy to get. What I do is I use the dupes for any levels, and I save the crystals for later on. Also, units with a star level of 3 or lower have a different exchange rate for the Prinnie hides, so if it wasn't worth it with 4 stars, it's just useless with lower rarity units. Another resource we don't get enough of are gate keys. These are one of the most important resources since it allows us to abuse the gates. The best advice anyone could give you is to save them until there is a special build for EXP, Hell, or drops and use them then. Mana potions are more common nowadays, but that doesn't mean that we have a huge amount of them. Just like with the symbol scrolls, you have to be very sure of what units you want to fully max out before you use them. You can either use them for utility or love, just be mindful that you don't have enough to max everyone. Event skip tickets are one of the rarest resources in the game. Technically you can buy them for quartz, but you shouldn't. The more the game progresses, the more mechanics we get, and the more new items get added to the event shops. With this in mind, there is never a prime time to use them, based on the shop rewards. The best thing you can do is use them when you have a lot of event units, with high multipliers or any levels. For most of us, that would be collab events, since there are a lot of units with a 50% base multiplier. For reincarnation materials, the best time to use them is when a new unit arrives. Sometimes, this matches with a special EXP boost, which hugely increases the amount of levels you gain. The last resource we'll talk about today is HL. This can easily be farmed on dailies, or in the HL event stages. You want to constantly farm HL because almost every function in the game uses HL. As I said, everything in the game costs you HL, and the cost of each function increases the more you progress. So getting a 6-star 9999 unit might end up being pretty expensive. If you steadily increase the level and star level of your units, you won't have issues with HL. Last tip is to buy your daily innocence on the equipment shop with rank 1 items, otherwise it will drain your HL very fast. That's all for today folks. If you enjoyed the video, share, like, comment. I haven't talked about every single aspect of the in-game economy. If there's something else you want me to address on another video, be sure to leave a comment below. Next video on standard pool units. See ya!